I totally just made a video, and all of a sudden my phone glitched and stopped. And I kept talking and talking and talking and realized that it was a still picture, and I just kept going. Welcome to my channel, guys. Before we get started, well, let's do this. Today, we're going to talk about prison politics. I have a video that I made on Facebook, but I did a whole bunch of talking in the beginning that I want to cut out because it was just kind of pointless, and I was waiting for people to hop on the live video on Facebook. I'm still figuring out this whole YouTube getting back on here thing. So let me introduce myself since I'm right back here now. Left here, went to Periscope, went to Facebook. I haven't just disappeared for a couple years. I've been making videos since 2012. Almost every day, if not like very minimum every week, just in different places. And we'll get into that in another video. But I'm trying to get my Facebook videos up here for our members who only follow us on YouTube. And if you're new here, welcome. I will introduce myself. My name is Ro. I am the founder of Strong Prison Wives and Families, a nonprofit support group that supports, encourages, and empowers prison wives and family members to do time successfully while they're outside, so their loved ones can get out and stay out, and we can all together beat statistics and stigma and live happily ever after. I'm tongue-tied because I have said that, like, rehearsed 500 times, and it never comes out right any time. I'm also a hot mess, FYI, and that's probably why I'm getting a little tongue-tied, is because I just finished at the gym, and I was gonna shower and get pretty and make this video. But I literally, since we're now on YouTube, I could do this. I could take you on a little tour. I just started a Poshmark store, and I'll probably do a separate video about that, but reminds me, I have probably 5 videos wearing the exact same shirt, separate videos that I will be posting like almost back to back, and I was watching it and I'm laughing. I guess I wear that shirt a lot, even though I don't even love that shirt. You'd think I would love it. But that's because I'm downsizing in my closet and I'm trying to get rid of everything. So go follow me on Poshmark, because if you are an SPWF member and you shop my closet, because I've been doing like outfit of the days for years, and I have all my shoes on there, and I have all of my jeans, and I'm getting jewelry up there next. I have so much stuff. Like this room, I'll show you, is full of stuff, and it's not even a drop in the bucket. Like the room next door has just crap everywhere between me, between my sisters, my mom. Everyone's asking me to sell them stuff. So the point is, I had made a couple of sales, so I was digging through all of my stuff because I have to ship it all out tomorrow. I try to ship right away, and I was like, you know what, let me just get in, make this intro video, and you guys will deal with me with my hair up, sweaty, and no makeup. Story of my life. Anyway, so did I say about the notification bell? I don't know. If you want to join us on the YouTube family, make sure that you down below hit the subscribe button. And also, if you want to be notified every single time I post a new video here, you do. Hit the little notification bell below. I think that's what I call it. Like, I don't know. I watch YouTube videos all the time, so now I feel special that I could say it too. So the reason that I made the video that I'm leading into, it's on Facebook Live page, is that there was a woman that wrote into our Facebook support group, and she asked us to promote her group. And in her message to us, she wrote, I have a group, a new group, and anybody but, her words not mine, chomos or snitches are not allowed. And when I saw that message, I was like, oh honey, we need a YouTube video, or it was a Facebook Live at the time, but we need a lesson out of this. And that's what I always do, is I pass along my lessons, and I share how I truly feel and what has helped me in all of the years I've been doing this. Adam has, if you guys don't know me, again, has been down for close to 20 years on a 213-year sentence. We'll get into that another time as well. So without further ado, I almost said, do you guys want to see my, I'm so used to doing this live. Do you guys want to see my mess? Then I think that other video is kind of long, so I don't want to make this too long, but I'll show you what I'm selling on Poshmark really quick, and then we will get into that video. So can I flip my camera while this is filming? Or I'm just gonna have to hold it like this. Okay, so this is my little mannequin that I was using, but I broke it. I didn't break it, actually, it was my sister's, it was broken. And then if you guys see something, let me know, and we'll do discounts for SPWF members. It's so hard to hold the phone this way. Now my finger's in front of it. Guys, there's all my shoes. In here is like, it's so hard to hold the camera this way. Jeans, bathing suits, bras, more jeans. Nothing in there yet. Stuff I have to take pictures of. More stuff I have to take pictures of. Pants, unfortunately, do not fit me anymore. Some more jeans. Rando stuff. Has my hand been in the way the whole time? Because that's wonderful. Oh, and then in here, that's like a better way to do it, right? We're getting there. Oh, here's a pair of shoes that I wore to visit once because they changed the rules that you can't wear open-toed shoes in the summer. And then I was like, why did I even buy those? They're horrible. So I just sold well, they're horrible on me. Whoever gets them, we'll send them some good energy and love. Thank you for shopping my closet, sweetheart. And then, and if you see, you guys, I'm serious. If you see anything you like, hit me up on Poshmark. Rosie728. And let's all be friends. More shoes, because, you know, I have a shoe thing. Trying to downsize and minimalize. And then in here, we have the stuff that's hanging. Can you see? So dark. The stuff that's hanging that I took pictures of. And there's my steamer. There's my steamer. I'm so bad at this. I'll get better. There's my steamer that I use to get the wrinkles out when I'm taking pictures of stuff. And then, I'm not kidding, brace yourselves. This is the mess of crap that I still, let's turn on the light. This is the mess of crap that I still have to take pictures of. And then I got some hooker boots. Does anybody want these? This is like Jersey Girl meets Pretty Woman. I don't know. Hair's a mess. Oh, and then a dress my mom wants me to sell for her. She wore this to my sister's wedding. So that was taking up my time before I got on here. So now, that we did like a little bit of like vlog style, and I wanted to share with you why the background was such a disaster, we're going to play the politics video. You guys, I'm getting such, really quick again, because you know I can never just go. I'm getting such wonderful responses, and I've only been back on YouTube for less than 24 hours. So I thank you so much. And if you have any questions, anything that you guys want me to talk about, elaborate on with either my experience with life coaching, with because I left YouTube, came back a couple years later, and now I'm a life coach. Anything you want to see or hear from me, please do not hesitate to leave a comment under one of my videos, to reach out to me, to join the website, etc., etc. I'll be back. Love you guys. What I want to talk about today is, are you threatening our safe space? So something came up. Somebody posted on Invisible Shackles, I think it was last week, and she has since been banned, and she cannot post again. So this is just an example. Don't feel threatened, but I was afraid that our members would, and that's why I needed to come in and make this video. So she posted talking about a group that she had created, which, side note, is against our guidelines because I don't know what happens in those groups. And this is like a case in point that I, as far as SPWF is concerned, cannot condone or promote any groups that I don't know what's happening inside of them. So you might think, oh, they're just with their rules and their guidelines, and we're prison wives and we're sick of rules and guidelines. That is something that I have heard quite a few times throughout the past, but it's only because as a nonprofit, I don't know what's going on in those groups, right? So there could be criminal activity going on. There could be so many different things discussed that I don't need to get into, because you guys know that I don't want SPWF associated. I don't want you guys associated with, because they could get us in trouble. They could get you in trouble. They can get your guy ultimately inside in trouble. So we don't allow that regardless. It would have been deleted regardless, but she would have been warned and not banned if her post didn't say what it said. What it said was, I have a group that I created. Everybody is welcome except for, her words, not mine, Chomo wives and lovers, which means people with sex offenses, or I think she used the word snitches. Okay? So, oh, hey, sweetheart. Regardless of your personal beliefs, regardless of your husband's or loved one's personal beliefs, one, Let's be real. We don't judge each other. Okay, I wrote down the stats, so let me look. People become slapped with the sex offender title for things like looking at online porn, right? They might have looked at something that was online and maybe it was like a 17-year-old in the photo and they didn't know it. They could get slapped with that title and they can get served for that, right? Or here's a hard true fact, you guys. 80% of the population that is in prison right now, it's different than the way it was back in the day, cooperated. My husband did not. He went to trial. That's why he got the book handed to him. But that doesn't mean that he goes around nowadays and is like, you're out, you're... It's just not the way of the world inside right now. It's not the way that it works anymore. People cooperate because you basically in this country at this point get punished for going to trial, which is something completely different. That is my opinion. That doesn't mean you shouldn't go to trial. That is my opinion. You should listen to your attorney. That is a personal point of view. Keep that aside. The whole point in me saying that is not telling anybody whether they should or should not go to trial. It's telling you that you can't really throw around the snitch word anymore. There are situations where I wouldn't associate myself with somebody. However, I wouldn't post that online. So you can talk a big game, right? You could talk a big game like you're the old school hardened criminal. But honestly, that girl, I'm speaking kind of directly to her or anybody that wanted to join her group or whatever. You're going to be like a 1-woman or a 5-person group because all of the sex offenses now that really aren't like horrible actions. They're just, people get slapped with that, unfortunately. It's thrown around more widely now when people get that title and they don't actually deserve that title. 2, 70% or 80%, of the population cooperates. So my suggestion to our members is to leave the prison politics to the guys inside. Okay, and that's why I'm making this video. We're going to talk about the reasons why. If you don't like somebody that you meet at Visit, or you don't like somebody that you meet online, don't mess with her. Don't mess with him. Let it go. There are people, right, that Adam at Visit will tell me like, he did X, Y, and Z. I will not judge his wife. I'm not going to go follow her into the bathroom and beat her up. Right? I'm not going to go follow her to her car and say threatening things to her. I'm just not going to try to make friends with her. I probably will not talk to her. I'm not going to make small talk in and out. I will be kind to the people around me as I am to everybody, and I just won't mess with her. That's it. If somebody posts something online, unless it's threatening, and as an admin for the page, I have to take care of it, I just won't look. Okay? That doesn't mean that I'm being judgmental. It means that we don't jive. You're not friends with every person you meet in this world. You just don't jive with them. But you don't have to ostracize her. You don't have to follow her around and beat her up because you know what, you guys? That is not the way of our world. So here's my second point. If you adopt that inmate mentality and those prison politics, are a very insecure person. I'm just going to lay it out there, okay? That doesn't mean that I don't agree with the rules that my husband has to live by because of where he is right now, and you have to live by those rules to survive. But that doesn't mean I adopt those out here, because if I adopted those out here, I would be doing it for his approval, meaning I'm insecure. And I'm so happy now that I'm talking through this with you guys, is that I'm making the self-confidence and the security video after this so we could touch on this. Okay, so if you adopt that life, it's going to make it so much more difficult for him to not be institutionalized when he comes home. Remember, you live the normal life out here. There is nothing normal about the life that they lead inside. There is nothing normal about those crazy political rules that they follow on the inside. There is nothing normal about those, okay? He can't come out and just beat somebody up for looking at him funny. He can't come out and somebody says the wrong word and he's like, let's go in the cell. Because there is no cell to go into. He's going to go right back inside if he behaves like that. And if you're condoning it and and acting like an inmate because you want his approval, because you want to glorify him being inside, sweetheart, you will be a statistic. And you will not have him get off of that hamster wheel. And you will not be able to say he will get out and stay out and we're going to beat this and we're not going to become recidivists because you're condoning inmate behavior. You're glamorizing and glorifying this type of life. That's not normal. There is nothing normal about it. And why are you putting yourself in prison following prison politics? Now, I don't tell my husband how he should or shouldn't live. I don't tell my husband what rules he needs to or does not need to follow, but I leave it up to him. I don't take that home with me. I don't act like that because I will be damned if he comes home and acts like that in my house, and he will not, I know for a fact, but they can't act like that out here. So don't let him act like, or you don't act like that, and let him walk right back into prison, or not let him walk out of prison, walk out of those politics right into your same politics. That's not normal. So remember, it's going to be a struggle for him when he comes home. You need to be the tether, okay, of this world, the real world that he is going to hopefully come home to, or if you're a lifer or a long-termer, that you are fighting to bring him home to. For us, it's more difficult because it's easy for them to shut off the outside world and just live inside, because it's really difficult for them to have 1 foot inside, 1 foot outside, and kind of teeter between the two. You be the tether to the normal real world. Don't flip that and reverse it because you're looking for his approval. Girl, you be you. You are an amazing person, and do not change who you are, and do not adopt prison politics and talk like an inmate and all of that stuff because you need his approval. Be you. He loves you for you. He probably loves you more for being like that. Okay, so I'm like going all over the place, so I just want to make sure I'm hitting on the rules. Yeah, on my notes. Yes, okay, I'm going to read it. I'm saying the same thing, but I'm going to read it the way that I wrote it because just so it sinks in. The more you adopt their lives on the inside, the more difficult it'll be for him to adjust when he comes home. You're not one of his boys inside. You're on the outside. I've seen it way too many times. Usually it's a struggle when you're new to this, trying to figure it all out. So usually our newer girls who are going through this, I've seen this happen so many times. In the beginning, like the first couple of months, thank God it didn't last too long for me because I was older when I got back in touch with Adam, right? So I'm thinking our younger members, our newer members, you're trying to figure this all out. You're trying to adapt to your new life, to his new life, to life in between. So it's a little bit of a struggle. So if you're there right now, I am not judging you. I am not yelling at you. I'm kind of shaking you and saying, sweetheart, I've been there. I've done it. I've seen, thank God it was short-lived. I've seen other people do it for way too long and it doesn't work out. It doesn't end well. So don't do it. Be tethered to the real world. There's nothing normal about that life. Okay, I said all of that. And remember, you guys, if he's talking about it, he can't. There are certain things in there, no matter how straight and narrow he lives his life, there are certain things in there that he can't avoid just because of the way politics are in there, right? So, the way that they eat and the way that, especially at the higher security places, it's racially segregated where they eat. It's just an example in a chow hall. He can't avoid that. That's not normal out here. Why would you? So just remember, you're the one that is living the normal life. What he does in there, you can't judge him for. You might want to ask him just not to talk to you about it, or if he does talk to you about it, let him vent, let him get it out, especially if you guys are new to this. He might be trying to process it all too. He might just need to talk about it. He does his thing in one ear, out the other. When you leave that visit room, when you hang up the phone, when you finish reading that letter, it's done. Not bringing that into your life, please. So again, when my husband needs to vent about someone at visit, I let him vent. I don't follow the person he's talking about into the ladies' room and start a fight with her. I am not the one that has to follow these rules. It's not my place. So why would I go online and publicly bash someone for a crime their husband committed? So I made a really good video that actually made it last, I think, April. I was wearing a blue kind of like... The only way I can think of to say it is like a Little House on the Prairie looking, like high collared, sleeveless, light blue shirt. Okay, my hair was long and curly. And if anybody can find that video, post it or please put it in the comments. It's again, I made it last April or May, and I'm still to this day getting comments on it. I wish I could download it and actually, I probably will be able to download it and pull it onto the website when we relaunch, because it's really, really important. And it's about just this. It's about learning how to accept what he did and being really okay with it, but not making excuses for it. It's all revolving around this. So, just it's about not taking responsibility for what he did, but accepting your part in this relationship. And it doesn't mean you're okay with his crime or etc. But I think that it fits really well here. So we'll link it below. Because you have to be okay with what he did, right? It doesn't mean you approve of what he did, but you have to be okay with that in order for you to continue this relationship. So I don't want to get further into that because I went into depth in that video. It was a really long video. So we will post it here in the comments. We will post it on the news site, but just FYI, that's what I was wearing. It's in the videos, the video section of this page if you want to watch it, or if you want to go and find it and link it here for everybody else that's watching it, that would be amazing. Okay, what else? Oh yeah, in my notes, I was sitting in my kitchen at the table. So for you guys that want to go find it, those are your clues. Here we go. He's not going to love you more because you're acting like that. Remind yourself of that. He is not going to love you more because you're adopting an inmate personality. He's not going to love you more because you're living life on the outside the way that he has to inside because of prison politics. Again, I can't say it enough times. You do not have to live by prison politics. You do not have to live like an inmate. You do not have to put yourself in prison because he's there. You be you 100% authentically yourself, and he's going to love you for that. And if he doesn't love you for that, and he expects you to live that certain type of way, then you need to have a really long talk with him, and you need to reevaluate your relationship, and you need to reevaluate how you see yourself. But again, we're going to get into that. I'm so glad, this is like divine intervention, because I was going to make that video about self-confidence first. And how we kind of lose it in these types of relationships and how to get it back and because I was there myself. I'm still there myself at certain points. So divine intervention, this one came first because I think you guys needed to hear it. And it's a perfect lead up to that. So I want you guys to ask yourself this question every time you feel yourself falling into those politics. If you're one of those people if you're just new to this, some people are very empathetic, and as am I, but they take on other people's personalities because of their empathy. Some people don't know who they are, and that's something that I spoke about helping you figure out in, remember that book I wrote a long time ago that didn't come out yet? It's still being worked on. I'm done with my part, but the editor and the illustrator and everything, that's still being worked on, but that's in there for you guys to figure out, because we need to have such a strong sense of who we are in order to get through life and any relationship, but especially this type of relationship. And here's a prime example of why. Because you need to be strong in who you are so you don't adopt his personality, so you don't start living by prison rules, so you don't fall into all of that and allow yourself to potentially be controlled, be used, etc. Start bashing other people online and start calling them out for crimes that their husband committed, or using those slang terms. Not okay. Creating extra groups that people aren't allowed to join, because of those certain rules. That's silly. It's all silly, you guys. We're all here on the same journey, needing support, trying to help one another. And if everybody is respectful of each other, we will be fine. If people start acting like children or inmates, we're not going to be fine. And I'm going to have to warn you, and I'm going to have to ban you, and it's just going to get silly. So ask yourself this question every time you feel yourself falling into those politics. How am I creating a life that will stop him from going back inside when he's home? When you start feeling yourself falling into the politics, or you're at visit and he's talking about someone and you're like, yeah, and you feel yourself getting all riled up. That used to happen to me a lot when I would watch Mob Wives. And Drita, remember that show? And Drita would get all crazy, and I loved her so much. That is not my personality. I'm not a fighter. I try to avoid conflict unless it's very necessary. But something in watching her would like rile me up. And I would ask Joe, like I would be like, oh, I watched Mob Wives again. I would get really aggressive. Not my personality, but I would adopt it when I was there. Oh, hey, Lauren. Hey, Lala. When I would watch her. So if you feel like you're adopting his personality, stop in your tracks. It happens sometimes. And then ask yourself, how am I? How is my behavior? How is my personality right now creating a life that will stop him from going back inside when he comes out? If I'm acting like an inmate, I'm creating a life for him to go back and be an inmate for the rest of his life. Potentially for me to do it too. Really. One more time. How am I acting? How am I creating a life that will stop him from going back inside when he's home? And that's it. So, said I wasn't going to babble a lot. Did like I always do. I saw somebody ask about the new site. So if you guys have been on strongprisonwives.com, our website, it's a really old, clunky social media type of website that's kind of like Facebook, away from Facebook, and it's just not really user friendly. It's not very mobile friendly. It served its purpose while we had it. It's been there for a couple years, but now it's time for us to upgrade our software. It's time for us to make it more functional, more easy for you guys to use, so you can find things and use it as the resource that we want SPWF to be. So we have our amazing tech person who has been building this for us for months. He's been so patient with us. He's been so patient with me, I should say, because I'm like, no, we need this for our members. We need that for our members. And he's really good at this stuff. And he'll be like, okay, I could add this. I could do that. What do you think about this? What do you think about that? Very amazing. We are about a couple of weeks, maybe even less, away from launching the new website. Once that is up and running, I will let you guys know. You guys can sign up over there. It actually, we'll have some videos over there as well. We're going to have another membership section, which is like totally upgraded, way more to offer you guys, and it's going to be amazing. So the other video is on Invisible Shackles. Thank you, Mama. So the other video that I referred to that you guys should go watch if you didn't see it when I was wearing the blue Laura Ingalls shirt, Little House on the Prairie shirt, Mama said is posted on Invisible Shackles now. So that's it. I will be back. Dreo. Joe said, yeah, that's why I call you Dorito when you have an attitude. Because I do. Sometimes I embrace my inner Jersey, but like, I'm really not like that. So you guys keep staying strong, keep loving strong, keep supporting one another through this journey because you're one day closer to it all being behind you. Lots of love from my heart to yours. I will see you guys in the next video, but in the meantime, have a wonderful weekend, have great visits, and really do some soul searching and make sure you're not acting like the inmate. You lead by your example, you get him home and you keep him home, because for those of us who don't have that luxury at the moment, we don't have an out date, maybe we have lifers, do it for us, okay? And you girls that are, I should say this, do it for you as well, because there is never a day that you should live without hope. Hope. Keep the hope alive. Act as if. Act as if he's coming home. And eventually we will all get them here. Love you guys. Bye.